And we're back with Emily, and we're going to make my raw organic spaghetti and meatballs.
Sounds great.
Yes, and this is a recipe that I invented. It's really fast and fun. And I invented this ground beef that you can use in tacos. You can make a sun burger or meatballs. So let's get started. We're going to use yellow zucchini squash, and this makes it look like spaghetti noodles. And I'll show you how to do it first, and then you can do it next.
Sounds good.
Yeah, so I'm going to chop the ends off. Okay, so I'm cutting off the ends of the zucchini, and then we're going to use my raw star peeler, and now you become the raw star in the kitchen. And the amazing part about this, Emily, is it's made out of ceramic.
Okay.
Yeah, so it never rusts, it stays super sharp for years, and it's the most high-tech peeler. It's better than any conventional peeler or stainless steel peeler.
So you never have to peel it, or you never have to peel it. You never have to sharpen it at all.
You never have to sharpen it, and it's very appealing. Get it?
I do.
Okay, cool. So I'll show you how to do it. We're just going to peel slices, and then we're going to chop it into noodle shapes or spaghetti noodles. So you just want to hold it like that, and then you want to peel it.
Backwards like this?
Yes.
And should I shave it in here?
You can hold it like this, whatever way is comfortable, and just, shave it so it lands on your cutting board.
And sort of go around the zucchini like this?
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, when you, whoops. And then,
It gets slippery under there.
Yeah, you gotta hold the zucchini really tight. And there's some seeds, so it starts to get kind of challenging. I just noticed, but that's okay. Because it's ceramic and it'll go right through them.
Cut right through it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it gets slippery.
Okay, so let's stop right there. You're doing great. Okay, we'll do some more, but let's just stop and we'll start to make the noodles.
Okay.
So what we're gonna do is we're gonna stack them up and cut them into spaghetti noodle shapes. Now, people do use spiralizers and mandolins and things, but once again, this is ceramic, so it keeps your food pure and fresher longer. When you use metal or stainless steel, some of the metal and metal ions actually comes off into your food.
That doesn't sound very good.
It isn't very healthy, but with this, your food stays pure and fresh. So it saves you money as it stays fresher longer. So now we're gonna cut these into noodle shapes, and let me show you how to do it first. Now, just like the greens, you're gonna cut them into smaller noodle shapes, curling your fingers. So this is like thinner spaghetti shapes.
So we want them really thin, almost like an angel hair.
That's right. Now you can
Thickness.
do linguine size and other shapes and sizes, but right now we're making spaghetti. And you can use different techniques where you could just do the paper cutting technique, or you could slice it, whatever way is comfortable for you.
Okay.
Yeah. And we're using ceramic knives, so this will keep it very pure. Now remember, curl your fingers.
Like that.
Even more if you can. Yeah, like that.
This?
You'll get used to it. At first it seems awkward, but this is basic chef knife safety skills, and that way you'll never get cut or sliced. And then we're just gonna put it in our dish here. And we're gonna marinate it with olive oil.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, we like to use colorful seasonal foods. It just makes us so bright and vibrant, and so you'll be bright and vibrant and healthy too, because you are what you eat. So now
I've heard that for so long, and you're seeing it, in practice now.
Yes, and it's true. I mean, look at Emily. She's super glowing.
That's the raw food.
Yes. What percentage raw foods are you, would you say?
I would say I'm about 80% raw food. I like to incorporate, I don't like to limit myself too much, but especially living in Southern California, I find it very easy to take advantage of the farmer's market and all of the farms that are in the area.
Smart. 80% is actually a good percentage for most people. It's the most optimal. So now I'm going to spray this and marinate it with the olive oil. And then now, you kind of want to mix it, but you don't have to massage it. So we're just going to mix it up. So you want it to be evenly coated. And as you can see, it's starting to look like spaghetti.
Yes, it certainly does.
Now you could add some salt if you like to. You don't have to, but you can. And so I'm just going to sprinkle a little bit of salt.
And you use sea salt, right?
That's right. This is all natural sea salt. We're just going to sprinkle a little bit for flavor. And then now we're going to make the meatballs. Now that we have the spaghetti noodles, now we're going to make our marinara tomato sauce.
Oh, I'm ready.
Cool. It only takes a few minutes to do it, and we're going to use the amazing Blendtec blender to do it. And I'll show you how to do it. What you do is you use sun-dried organic tomatoes that's been soaking for a few minutes in water so it's softer.
How many minutes do you usually soak them for?
About 10 minutes.
Okay.
Yep, just like my book, Raw in 10 minutes. And then we use raw organic Roma tomatoes and regular tomatoes. We're going to chop that up. We're going to put it all in the blender with some olive oil, and that becomes the sauce. So we're going to put this over here.
Okay.
Yep. And I'll give you a tomato. So just kind of chop it in any way you like.
This way is okay?
Yeah, because we're going to blend it, so it doesn't
That's right. We're just kind of
Yeah.
big chunks.
That's right. It doesn't really matter so much how we chop it.
I cut mine the other way.
Yep. This is the Blendtec blender. It's literally the best blender in the world. On YouTube, they blend an iPhone into dust. And if it could blend an iPhone, it could blend anything. But I love to use this. It's the most professional. It has 3 horsepower, and you're going to see it in action. It has this incredible blade where the food doesn't hide or get stuck underneath like other blenders. As you can see, there's only one blade. And they used the computer to design this, and it has soft push buttons, and it has an LCD display. It's the best, most fun blender to use. And now I'm going to show you how awesome it is and how much fun it is to use.
Let's put it to work.
Let's do it. So now this is organic sun-dried tomatoes, and I'm going to use the water from this, and it's been soaking for about 10 minutes. So you want to add a little bit of water, about 1/4 cup, and that helps to blend things. And then the rest is the sun-dried tomatoes.
It's good to put the water in first so it gets down by the blade.
That's right.
Okay.
You should put a little bit of water to get things to blend, otherwise it starts to struggle. So we add a little bit of water, the sun-dried tomatoes, a little bit of olive oil, and the chopped tomatoes. So
Okay.
yeah, if you could throw those in there.
Just plop them in here.
Yeah. Now in my recipe book, we also use a little bit of miso, but we're just making this really quickly. So I'm going to blend this up, and it becomes the sauce. And the sun-dried tomatoes is what gives it the amazing energy and flavor. It makes a huge difference to have the soaked sun-dried tomatoes. And now we're going to blend it. So that's the magic of the Blendtec blender.
Wow.
Yeah.
It really just blended all of that up
It
in no time
did.
at all.
That's
It's
right.
amazing.
And I'm just going to clean up this really quickly. And then, yeah, if you put that with the, and then we're going to pour the sauce on top.
It actually looks like a sort of like has the Alfredo with tomato sort of a look, you know,
Yeah.
kind of like the pink color.
That's right.
It's beautiful. It looks great with the spaghetti noodles.
Yeah. Now you can make it redder if you add more tomatoes, red bell pepper, but this turned out a little bit pinker. And you have more for later too. And now we're going to make the meatballs. And this is my special recipe that I invented. And what this is made out of is basically, we grounded up some raw organic sunflower seeds earlier in the blender. So this is ground up raw organic sunflower seeds. And then we're going to pour the ground up raw organic sunflower seeds into a mixing bowl. And this is a funny story because when I was making my recipe book, Raw in 10 Minutes, people would joke around, make fun of me, or try to challenge me. My friend said, do you have a hamburger or ground beef recipe? And I was thinking, just to get even, I'm going to think of one. And in a few minutes I did, and this is what it is.
This is what it came out to be.
This is what it is, that's right. And people told me that the protein value of this recipe is very similar to ground beef, so it's the raw organic vegan version of ground beef.
Okay.
Yeah, so it has all the protein and vitamins.
So all the proteins in the sunflower seeds.
And the olives.
And in the olive oil, well, I guess that's more fat. But that
That's
kind of
right.
gives it the balance of all the nutrients.
Yes, so you
Okay.
get the proteins of the seeds and of the olives. So the olives, you could grind it up also in the blender, or you could buy it in a jar. So this is already pre-made and pre-ground. And you just mix the olives with the sunflower seeds and a little bit of olive oil. And can you mix it while I pour the olive?
I would love to.
Yeah, and you have instant raw organic ground beef. And you can make sun burgers, meatballs, all sorts of things. You can use it in tacos. And if you put it in a lettuce leaf with guacamole and salsa, you have instant tacos.
It's
and look,
really it's the
Yeah.
consistency of ground beef. I'm amazed.
It actually looks and tastes like greasy fried ground beef. And it tastes delicious. It tastes just like it too. But now it's the raw organic vegetarian vegan version.
There we go.
Isn't that funny?
Yeah.
And you can add herbs and spices, but we're just making it really simple. And then I have a scooper, and this is what will make the meatballs. I'm going to show you how to do it with the scooper.
Okay. Oh,
Yeah, so
beautiful. Let me
so you
try.
make little meatballs, and then I'll be chopping some herbs and spices, and we'll put that on top. Perfect. And we just have 2 or 3 more. Maybe we can make a smiley face or something.
Here, I'll make a nose.
Okay, there you go. And to top off the spaghetti and meatballs, we're gonna garnish it with some basil.